Hi everyone, I'm Ken. This is Ken in the Kitchen, and today we're going to do a real easy recipe. We're going to do beef pot roast with everything you see here. It's going to be a fun, easy thing to do. It's going to be like a set it and forget it after all the prep is done. So let's dive in. See you guys in a minute. Here are the ingredients we're going to use. We're going to use some carrots, we're going to use some red potatoes, we're going to use the beef bouillon cubes to make the stock for the pot. We're going to use the chuck roast, Worcestershire sauce, a little bit of liquid smoke, and some salt and pepper. All right, let's prep this stuff and get it done. All right, everyone, now we have got all the meat seared and ready to go. I got the beef broth ready to put in and my salt, pepper, Worcestershire, and liquid smoke. I don't have the vegetables to put in just yet because we're going to put those in at about an hour in after cooking so they're not completely mushy. So all we got to do is assemble. And I was going to put this in one by one, but you know what? I'm just going to dump this. That way I get all that meat juice in there too. That looks good. Okay, let me move that around a little bit. Okay. Now we're gonna add in the beef broth. This is 1 liter exactly. This was about I wanna say it was 3.5 pound, probably a little closer to 3.25 pound after I got done trimming all the fat. So I'm going to put a little bit of salt, not a lot because we've been seasoning it the whole way, and a little bit of pepper. Now with this liquid smoke, you don't need a lot. You just need a tiny little bit. It's very powerful, so you want to be very careful on what you put in there. I would suggest measuring with a teaspoon. That teaspoon might be a little much, maybe half a teaspoon. We're just going to be very careful and eye it. There we go. That's all we need of that. Yeah, my cap's busted. So now we're just gonna put just a couple dashes of the Worcestershire. There we go. So you have a couple of options on how long and at what temperature you want to cook this at. You can cook this at high for about 3 to 5 hours, probably closer around 4. Go ahead and check it at that time and see if the meat is at the tenderness you'd like. If you want to cook it on low, you're looking at about 8 to 9 hours. Again, when that time is up, you want to go ahead and check to see if the meat is as tender as you like. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing set, lock the lid, and okay, it's been about an hour. Now we're gonna go ahead and add in our potatoes and our carrots. I've already sliced them all up. Now you could do this ahead of time and you could actually put them in the beginning. One thing just to note though, when you put potatoes in something, they suck up a lot of salt. So make sure you put a little bit more back in. All right, here we go. As you can see, we opted for the red potatoes, but we also decided we would keep the skins on, and that's okay. You can do that. You don't have to skin them if you don't want to. So now it's going to cook for about another 3 hours, and then it should be done. All right, see you guys then. All right, so it's been 4 hours now, and the stew is ready to try to see if the meat has reached the appropriate tenderness and make sure the flavor profile is still good. You know, check the salt content, that kind of stuff. So go ahead and unlock this now. And it is hot. Let's set that aside. Okay, just gonna give this a little stir real quick. Oh my God, I wish you guys could smell this. This smells so amazing. Okay, find a piece of pot roast and we'll give it a try. This one here looks pretty good. Okay. All right, so we'll go ahead and cut into this and see what we got. Oh yeah, that just came right apart. That's exactly what you're looking for right there. Okay, so I'm gonna plate this up and give it a try and do my final thoughts. All right, and we're back. So as you saw, we tested the tenderness of the meat and it was perfect. I actually tried to cut it, but the knife kind of pushed it apart, so it just fell apart, which was exactly what I was looking for. I also did off camera test the broth, and the salt and seasoning content was spot on. Now I'm gonna have a bite because this is smelling so good. I just can't stand it. Oh my God. All the seasonings come together so well. There isn't a bad part about this at all. You know, it's not too watered down. When I seasoned the beef, I didn't add too much of you know, salt or pepper or anything. You know, and the carrots and the potatoes were done just perfectly. They're not like mushy soft, but you know, they're definitely cooked, which is great. And they also absorb some of the flavor from the beef broth. You know, guys, stick around. I'm gonna have a lot more stuff like this. This was an easy one to do. You're kind of just doing a little bit of prep and then you're throwing it in the crock pot and then you can forget it, which is great. I have a couple more of these I'm gonna do, different types of recipes for crock pots. Just set it and forget it. Still working on the breakfast trio, one with eggs Benedict, a couple of things that go along with that. I have a couple more shootings to do and I'll have that wrapped up. Stay tuned, guys. I got some good stuff coming up. See you guys next time on Ken in the Kitchen. All right, let me get another piece of that. That was so good. Oh yeah, give me that big boy right there. Oh yeah.